Take a moment to arrive exactly where you are. There is nothing you need to change, nothing you need to fix, and nothing you need to become. Simply notice that you are here, listening, aware. That awareness alone is the doorway into this moment. Allow your body to settle into the surface beneath you, feeling supported without effort. The ground knows how to hold you, just as life knows how to move through you when you stop trying to control it. Begin by noticing your breath, not as something you must regulate, but as a gentle rhythm that has been with you since before this moment. The breath arrives, and the breath leaves. You do not have to invite it. You do not have to guide it. Simply observe the natural intelligence of breathing, flowing in and out with quiet precision. As your attention rests on this movement, the mind begins to soften, as if it recognizes it no longer needs to stay alert or tense. You may notice thoughts appearing, drifting through your awareness like clouds moving across an open sky. There is no need to follow them or push them away. Let them pass without engagement. Each time you realize your attention has wandered, gently bring it back to the breath, as you would guide a child back to safety, with kindness, without judgment. In this simple return, you are training the mind to rest rather than resist. Now allow your awareness to expand beyond the breath and into the body. Sense the space you occupy. Notice where your body makes contact with the chair, the floor, or the bed. Feel the quiet communication between your body and gravity. With each exhale, imagine any unnecessary tension dissolving, flowing downward and away. The shoulders release their burden, the jaw softens. The muscles of the face relax, allowing the expression of effort to fade. As the body settles, become aware of the subtle sensations within. A gentle warmth, a light vibration, a sense of spaciousness. These sensations are signs that you are moving from the activity of thinking into the experience of being. There is no destination you are trying to reach. Presence is not something you achieve, it is something you remember. Notice how the present moment does not demand anything from you. It simply offers itself. Right now, there is no past to correct and no future to prepare for. There is only this breath, this awareness, this quiet unfolding of experience. When the mind tries to wander into stories or concerns, acknowledge them softly and return again to the simplicity of now. You may become aware of a gentle stillness emerging beneath the surface of your thoughts. This stillness has always been there, patiently waiting. It is not empty, it is full of intelligence, creativity, and balance. As you rest your attention here, the nervous system receives a message of safety. The body begins to respond by slowing, recalibrating, and restoring its natural harmony. Allow yourself to be curious about this sense of presence. What does it feel like to be here without effort, without expectation, without needing to label the experience? In this space, you are not defined by your roles, your responsibilities, or your past experiences. You are simply awareness, witnessing itself. If emotions arise, welcome them without analysis. Emotions are movements of energy passing through the field of awareness. When you observe them without resistance, they complete their journey and dissolve naturally. Nothing is being suppressed, nothing is being exaggerated. Everything is allowed to be exactly as it is. As you continue resting in this awareness, notice the subtle shift taking place. The breath becomes slower. The body feels lighter. The mind feels less crowded. This is not something you are doing. It is something that happens when you stop interfering. In allowing the present moment to be enough, you create the conditions for ease. Let your awareness gently anchor itself here, in this simple state of being. This is the foundation for everything that follows. From this place of presence, the body can release, the mind can rest, and healing can begin, not through effort, but through alignment. Stay here now, fully arrived, fully present, and gently aware. Now that you have arrived in this moment, allow your awareness to gently turn inward, toward the language of the body. The body is always speaking, not in words but in sensations, subtle signals, and quiet invitations to release. There is no need to analyze what you feel or to search for anything specific. Simply listen. As you bring your attention to the body with kindness, It begins to respond as though it has been waiting for permission to let go. Begin by noticing the natural rhythm of your breathing and how it moves through different areas of your body. With each inhalation, there is a soft expansion, and with each exhalation, a gentle surrender. Imagine that every exhale creates space, allowing the body to soften a little more. You are not directing this process, you are observing it, allowing it to unfold in its own intelligent way. Gently scan your awareness through the body, not as a task to complete, but as a slow, curious exploration. Notice the top of the head, the forehead, the space behind the eyes. If you sense tightness or holding, simply acknowledge it. There is no need to force it away. Tension often dissolves when it is seen without resistance. Allow the muscles of the face to relax, the tongue to rest, the jaw to loosen. With each release, the mind receives a signal that it no longer needs to stay guarded. Let your awareness drift down through the neck and shoulders, areas where many people unknowingly carry the weight of responsibility and expectation. Notice if there is a sense of heaviness or contraction here. Rather than trying to change it, imagine your breath moving through these spaces like warm light or gentle air. With each exhale, allow whatever is being held to soften, to melt, to flow downward and away. As your awareness continues through the arms and hands, notice any subtle sensations, tingling, warmth, or even numbness. Whatever you feel is perfect. These sensations are simply expressions of energy moving as attention meets the body. Allow the hands to rest effortlessly, fingers relaxed, no longer grasping or holding on to anything. In this moment, you do not need to carry the world. Bring your awareness now to the chest and heart area. This is a place where emotions often linger, sometimes unnoticed. Notice the rise and fall of the breath here. If there is tightness, heaviness, or emotion, allow it to be present without naming it or pushing it away. When emotions are met with gentle awareness rather than judgment, they begin to move freely, completing their natural cycle. As you breathe, imagine the chest becoming more spacious, more open, as though the heart itself is learning to trust this moment. There is nothing you need to protect yourself from right now. In this safe space of awareness, the body understands that it can release patterns of tension that no longer serve you. Let your attention move down into the abdomen, an area closely connected to intuition and the nervous system. Notice how the breath flows here. Many people hold tension in this space without realizing it, bracing against uncertainty or the need to stay in control. With each exhale, invite softness into the belly. Allow it to expand and contract naturally. This simple act of letting go sends a powerful message of safety throughout the entire system. Continue to guide your awareness down through the hips, pelvis, and legs. Feel the solidity and support beneath you. These areas often hold unconscious stress, especially related to movement and survival. Allow the muscles to relax, the joints to soften, and the legs to feel heavy and supported. Gravity becomes your ally, helping you release without effort. As your awareness reaches the feet, notice the subtle connection between your body and the earth. Imagine any remaining tension flowing out through the soles of the feet, effortlessly returning to the ground, where it can be transformed. The earth knows how to receive and recycle energy. You do not need to hold on to anything that is ready to be released. Throughout this process, remember that you are not trying to fix the body. You are simply creating the conditions for release by offering attention without interference. The body has its own wisdom, its own timing. When you stop resisting what is present, relaxation arises naturally. Rest now in the feeling of the body as a whole, softened, supported, and at ease. Notice the quiet sense of relief that comes from not needing to do anything at all. In this state of gentle awareness, tension dissolves, effort fades, and the mind begins to settle into deeper stillness. Allow this sense of ease to deepen as you remain present, knowing that with every moment of gentle attention, you are teaching the body how to let go. As the body releases its held patterns and the mind softens its grip, you may begin to notice a quiet presence emerging beneath everything you experience. This presence does not announce itself loudly. It does not demand attention. It simply reveals itself when effort fades. Allow your awareness to rest here, in this subtle stillness that feels both spacious and intimate, as though you are coming home to something deeply familiar. There is nothing you need to do to enter this stillness. It is already here. The moment you stop trying to reach it, you find yourself within it. Notice how thoughts now appear farther apart, like gentle ripples on the surface of a calm lake. Beneath those ripples, there is a vast depth of silence. Let your attention sink naturally into that depth, without expectation, without curiosity, simply resting. In this space, time seems to loosen its hold. The mind is no longer measuring moments or anticipating what comes next. There is only awareness, open and alert, yet profoundly at ease. This is not sleep, and it is not concentration. It is a state of effortless presence where the nervous system begins to recalibrate itself. In stillness, the body remembers its original rhythm. Allow yourself to be held by this quiet field of awareness. You may sense a gentle expansion, as though the boundaries of your body are becoming less defined. This is not something to analyze. It is simply an experience of connection where the separation between observer and observed begins to soften. In this state, healing does not need instructions. It unfolds naturally, guided by an intelligence far greater than the thinking mind. Notice how the breath continues on its own, smooth and unforced. Each breath seems to arise from stillness and return to it. With every exhale, there is a deeper settling, a deeper trust. The body receives a signal that it is safe to restore balance, safe to let go of old patterns that no longer serve its well-being. In this quiet, the mind becomes a transparent instrument rather than a source of noise. Thoughts may still arise, but they pass through without leaving a trace. You are no longer identified with them. You are the space in which they appear and dissolve. This shift in awareness is subtle, yet profoundly transformative. When you rest as awareness itself, you step out of struggle and into alignment. You may become aware of a gentle sense of vitality flowing through you, not the restless energy of activity, but a calm, coherent energy that feels nourishing and steady. This is the body's natural state when it is no longer under pressure. In stillness, the systems of the body communicate more clearly, coordinating and harmonizing without conscious effort. Allow this state to deepen in its own way. There is no correct experience and no goal to reach. Stillness does not need to feel dramatic or mystical. Often it is simple, ordinary, and quietly profound. It may feel like ease, openness, or a subtle sense of contentment without a cause. Whatever you notice, allow it to be enough. As you rest here, recognize that this stillness is not separate from your daily life. It is the foundation beneath every thought, every sensation, every action. You do not enter and exit stillness, you simply become aware of it. The more familiar you become with this inner silence, the more easily you can return to it, even in the midst of activity. In this space of quiet awareness, the body's natural healing mechanisms are activated. Cells respond to coherence. The nervous system shifts from vigilance to restoration. Hormones, breath, and heart rhythms begin to synchronize. This is not something you need to visualize or direct. It happens spontaneously when you allow yourself to rest in being. Stay here now without effort, without desire, without judgment. Let stillness hold you. Let it remind you that beneath all movement, there is peace. Beneath all noise, there is silence. Beneath all effort, there is ease. This is the place where healing begins and continues, moment by moment, without force. Rest in this stillness and allow it to do what it knows how to do. As you rest in this quiet awareness, there is no need to rush away from it. Stillness does not disappear when you begin to move again. It simply changes how it expresses itself. Now very gently allow your awareness to expand, as though it is preparing to carry this calm presence back into the world of form and activity. There is nothing to leave behind. Everything you have touched in this experience comes with you. Begin by noticing the subtle sensations of the body once more. Feel the natural rhythm of your breathing, the soft movement of air entering and leaving. Sense the weight of your body being supported, just as it was before, yet now with a greater sense of ease. This awareness is not pulling you out of stillness. It is allowing stillness to move with you. You may begin to notice sounds around you, perhaps distant or close, without labeling them or judging them. Sounds can arise and fade without disturbing the calm beneath them. This is an important recognition. Peace is not the absence of noise or activity. It is the presence of awareness that remains unshaken by them. Allow this understanding to settle gently within you. As you reconnect with the body, invite small movements if that feels comfortable. A subtle shift of the fingers, a soft roll of the shoulders, a gentle stretch. Let these movements arise naturally, guided by the body's own intelligence rather than habit. Notice how movement can occur without tension, how action can emerge from ease rather than effort. Bring your attention now to the quality of your mind. Notice how thoughts may return, but they do so differently. They feel lighter, less demanding. You are not pulled into them as before. This is the gift of awareness. Thoughts become tools rather than distractions. You remain rooted in presence even as the mind becomes active again. As you prepare to return fully, take a moment to acknowledge what you are carrying with you. Not an experience to remember, but a state of being that is always accessible. This calm awareness is not something you created here, you simply uncovered it. The more often you recognize it, the more naturally it becomes part of how you live. Imagine now moving through your day with this same gentle attention, listening fully, speaking with intention, acting without hurry. Even in moments of challenge, there is space to pause, to breathe, to respond rather than react. Stillness becomes your inner reference point, a quiet anchor that brings clarity to each moment. You may notice a subtle sense of gratitude arising, not directed at anything in particular, but simply for the experience of being alive and aware. Gratitude, like stillness, does not need a reason. It is a natural expression of presence. Allow it to flow through you without effort. As your awareness continues to expand, feel free to open the eyes when it feels right for you. Notice how sight returns without disrupting your calm. Colors, shapes, and light appear within the same field of awareness that held silence. Nothing has changed, and yet everything feels subtly different. Take one more gentle breath, not as a signal to end something, but as a reminder of continuity. The breath connects this moment to the next, just as awareness connects stillness to action. You are not leaving this space, you are allowing it to express itself through you. Move forward now with softness, clarity, and ease, knowing that the stillness you touched is always within you, waiting patiently for your attention.